In the early 16th century, the vast and lucrative trade routes of the Indian Ocean were a prize coveted by European powers. Among the boldest was Portugal, relentlessly pushing its influence eastward. This era was defined by daring explorers, fierce battles, and the ambitions of men who sought to connect the world. But one man's story, driven by an unimaginable tragedy, would forever alter the course of history on these very waters. Francisco de Almeida. A leader forged by grief. This is Francisco de Almeida, a seasoned Portuguese admiral, a man of iron will and strategic brilliance. He was a key figure in Portugal's push into the east, a respected leader known for his tactical prowess. However, his life was soon to be irrevocably scarred. News reached him that his beloved son had been brutally murdered in India by forces hostile to Portuguese presence. This wasn't just a personal loss, it was a profound betrayal, a challenge to his very being. The catalyst for vengeance. A father's rage unleashed the grief and pain that consumed Francisco, transformed into an unyielding resolve. His son's death wasn't merely a personal tragedy. It ignited a furious desire for retribution that would fuel one of history's most audacious military campaigns. This wasn't just about expanding an empire, it was deeply personal. He swore an oath of vengeance, not just for his son, but for the perceived insult to his family and his nation. He gathered his forces, a remarkably small armada by comparison to the regional powers. His plan was audacious, bordering on suicidal, but his determination was absolute. The battle that changed the world. Annihilation on the seas, cannons firing, ships exploding and sinking, smoke billowing. What followed was a naval confrontation unlike any seen before. Driven by his singular purpose, Francisco de Almeida engaged a massive coalition of regional fleets, numbering in the hundreds of ships. Against all odds, and with masterful tactics, superior weaponry, and the sheer ferocity of his men, Almeida's small fleet systematically decimated the enemy. The sea was choked with burning vessels, shattered masts, and the cries of the defeated. Ship after ship, entire fleets, were utterly destroyed. It was a complete and unprecedented annihilation. Legacy. The greatest naval victory in a new world order. This was not just a battle. It was a cataclysmic event that reverberated across the globe. Francisco de Almeida's victory was so overwhelming, so decisive, that it is widely regarded as the greatest naval victory in history. It shattered the existing balance of power in the Indian Ocean, cementing Portugal's dominance for decades to come and opening direct sea routes between Europe and Asia. The world as it was known was irrevocably altered. A father's grief, transformed into a relentless fury, had quite literally reshaped the oceans and the destiny of nations forever.